Are you a professional pillow fighter? Or a 9-to-5 low-cost time travel agent? Or maybe real estate sales on Mars is your profession? It doesn't matter. Whatever it is you do, however complex or intricate, Monday.com can help you organize, orchestrate, and make it more efficient. Monday.com is the one centralized platform for everything work-related. And with Monday.com, work is just easier. Monday.com, for whatever you run. Go to Monday.com to learn more.
Well, I don't see the point in waiting any longer. So let's bring her out. The star attraction, the one you came to see. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Miss Judy Gold.
Hey, everyone. Hey, welcome to Kill Me Now. I'm Judy Gold, your beautiful host. Although I just hate the fucking end of summer. I love fall. But I'd like to be able... All right, if I could pick 2 seasons, I'd do autumn, beginning of autumn, end of spring, and summer.
That's 3, no?
No, I'm doing 2 combined.
Oh, okay,
I don't need your fucking fact-finding. Today, we have a very special podcast. Now, Laura, my producer, is like, you have to interview these people. You have to. They're great. And then I looked them up and whatever. Julia Zelg.
Hi.
That's Julia. Eileen De Freest.
De Freest.
Eileen De Freest. You guys live in London.
We do, yes.
And you are on the radar. You have a YouTube channel, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Eileen is a journalist and a writer, and Julia's a musician.
Mm-hmm.
And you were recently married. Correct?
Yes.
When did you get married?
3 months ago.
Simon Tubbin, Basil Tubbin,
Yeah.
Okay.
The Jew Bell, I love it.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. And has the marriage changed the relationship at all?
I think not that much because we already lived together, so it already felt like we were married.
Oh, that's good. That's better in the microphone.
Yeah.
All right.
So close.
So nothing has changed.
Well, we had a challenge to the idea or concept of marriage. And that was something to do with me and an outstanding warrant, which has been resolved, but it was rather dramatic. So we had a high of glorious marriage and ceremony and everything, and then we had something that would challenge any couple.
Okay, so just so everyone has the context, because I don't really care about. I mean, God bless both of you. You have a 37-year age difference. You're madly in love. When it's a guy and a woman, it's, oh, wow, he's lucky. But you're lesbos. Julia's mother is younger than Eileen. Mm-hmm. And yet Julia's mother loves Eileen. So why the fuck anyone has a problem with this, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, right.
It's none of your fucking business, okay? Yeah. Look at you and your fucking relationship. Anyway, back to you.
Well said.
So, and you've got a huge following. Is it because you...
Well, Julia started out, she grew her channel. We met, she introduced me on the channel, and then we got a lot of media attention and a lot of attention from new subscribers.
Okay, question. Where did you meet?
Tinder.
You met on Tinder?
We did.
Wow. Am I going to have to do that?
I'd ask Lisa. Is that
Yeah, Elisa. Oh, I love you, Eileen. Okay, let's do the arrest. So you come... Where were you getting married? You got married,
and
then you were coming here to the United States of America, and they arrested you. It's really a bit. I mean, I think you should be in jail for. I think you should be in solitary confinement. Okay. What did they arrest you for?
I had an outstanding warrant over a misdemeanor issue from 14 years ago.
Okay. What was the misdemeanor?
The misdemeanor was I rented a car in the village, and I kept it for a few weeks and phoned in to try to extend the rental. And they said, fine, we have your card on file. But apparently nobody noted the account. And apparently before I returned it, there was a complaint to the police that that the category of misdemeanor was unauthorized use. So it wasn't like they charged me with stealing a car.
Right.
So it was kind of a mistake, really. And it could have been that my car didn't have enough money on it for them to actually charge it.
Right.
And that turned into a charge that I did know about.
Right.
But it was quite easy to forget about.
Right, but Trump should not go to jail.
Oh, well.
Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy because she literally got arrested for being late, returning a rental car 14 years ago, but there are pedophiles and traitors
Oh,
that are
Julia,
still out there.
don't get me fucking started.
It's crazy.
And if you were African American, you would
Oh, I
still
would
be in
still be
jail.
in jail. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
and
yeah.
sent away, and
Yeah, and pink-haired girl was able to walk out of jail while all the black women were still there.
Right.
So, because I had a lawyer.
Right. It's just so fucking unfair, this country. All right. So let's start at the very beginning. Eileen grew up in New Jersey. Where?
In Bergen County, in a town called Oakland.
Oakland, New Jersey.
Yeah.
And did you go to high school there? And
Yeah.
Where'd
Indian
you go?
Hills High
Yeah.
School. I spent my whole, youth there.
And what was your youth like?
It was great. It was really cool. And I know everybody's looking at me like, sure, I've been in therapy a lot. And I
Oh,
can
who
still...
fucking cares what other people think?
No, I mean, it was a really, really
But
good...
did you have a Jewish therapist?
No, I'm not Jewish at all. And I'm
I
so
know.
jealous.
I don't care.
I'm so
Don't be jealous. You should,
I couldn't say the word.
the
I came
fucking
out jellyfish.
mental illness is beyond, and the
No,
anxiety.
but I
and
want to say, can I say, and I
Yeah.
truly mean this, that we were watching your work with Sandra Bernard, your live
Yeah.
stream, and I'm so envious of Jewishness, and I always have been, because you guys, I was thinking it's not even about comedy, it's about community, and it's certainly not about a God, really.
Oh yeah, it's about community. It's about healing the world. It's about thinking out of the box.
Yeah. And the food,
The food.
the camaraderie, the comedy.
They
I mean, it's a
also the
beautiful
community
thing.
is great. The
Yeah,
community
it really
is amazing.
Yeah. So it is something, seriously, as an adult, I wish it would have made me a healthier, happier
Right.
person if I had a community like that.
But what religion did you grow up with?
None, really. Catholic.
Oh.
My mom was from Dublin, Ireland, oddly enough.
Did you know the mayor of Dublin was Jewish?
No,
Yes.
fabulous.
Yes.
fabulous.
Did you know that, Laura? Yes. You can look
Cool.
that up.
Well, I was probably the only offspring, me and my brothers, who were not, hyper-religious or...
Right. In Oakland, New Jersey?
Yeah, in the sense that most Irish people, everybody thinks
right,
that
right,
the Irish
right.
are crazy
Right.
Catholics. My
Right.
mom was not like that.
What about your dad?
My dad was from West New York, New Jersey. So,
Oh.
yeah, so he wasn't a...
Was he Irish too?
no, he came... his ancestry started in France and then migrated over to the Netherlands.
Right.
So European.
Yeah. Did they meet on Tinder too? Gay now.
No.
Gay now. Because it wasn't invented, assholes.
No, my mom was on Ted Mack once as a singer.
Oh,
Isn't that funny?
wow.
Yeah.
Your mom was a singer and you end up with a singer.
singer.
Isn't it, Bashir?
Small world.
Okay.
Small world.
So I assume you went to college.
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
I went to 3 of them. And
Oh,
I have
no.
about 1 million credits, and I actually never formally graduated.
Oh, welcome
but I also
to my
went
son.
To acting school.
All right. He went to 1. He has fucking 3 classes. I want to kill him. Okay,
You
so
should finish.
so what did you study?
I studied literature and psychology.
Okay. And then what'd you end up doing after?
I moved back. My mom was dying. I moved back to North
so you lived
Jersey.
in the city.
Well, no, I went to school in South Jersey.
Okay.
And then after 3.5 years, I think it was 4 years, I spent a summer in Long Beach Island, LBI. And
Sorry, there's a lot of Jews
moved
down
back
there.
home
Yeah.
and then auditioned for the American Academy of Dramatic Arts
Right.
went for a year. Then started my career waitressing.
Well, that's usually what happens after the American Academy. So you went to the for an acting program?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then where'd you waitress?
Oh, all the great places. All really, really fine places like the Gotham Bar and Grill. Union Square
did?
Cafe. Yeah, I'm really well trained in food. and
Wow.
wine. Yeah, I mean, it was almost like going to university for food and wine.
Oh yeah,
And
absolutely.
I made really good money, so
Yeah.
it was easy to sort of get caught in that sort of ghetto.
Were you doing?
No, auditioning, no. I think I auditioned like twice, and I was terrible.
But did you like the restaurant business?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I found a real community there, and I like the hours. I'm very nocturnal.
Yeah,
and
me
stuff,
too.
So, yeah, so I liked it, but it was a way for me to sort of hide out in the sense that with all the chaos of my youth, my mom was quite sick when I was young and grew increasingly sick as I grew older.
Like mental sickness?
No, she had rheumatoid arthritis.
Ugh,
and it
the
really,
worst.
Really
Yeah,
attacked
it's
her badly.
bad.
So I just really didn't have a focus. You know?
Right.
In fact, the only reason I chose the university I did, the college I did, was because my brother had gone there.
Which college?
It was Trenton State. It was called
Okay.
back then, but it's College of New Jersey now.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so a good.
I went
good
to
state
Rutgers.
School. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I did know that actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like proud feminist. I hope.
Yeah.
I know.
Hello.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Okay. And then you're not born yet, so that's why we're not discussing you.
I'm like, oh.
No, we're getting to you.
in a minute.
Okay. So then you're working in the
Restaurant business.
hospitality industry
yeah.
and living where?
Living. My first partner, I lived with her on Staten Island in Fort Place.
Staten Island. What was her name?
My father's joke. What's that? Staten Island.
Staten.
I love my wife.
I know. Let me tell you something. My girlfriend, I mean, I can't stand her. I love you, Elisa, but you got to be with someone who laughs. Otherwise, there's no fucking purpose of being in unless you laugh together.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
the fucking it. All right.
Oh, and we've been together for now almost 7 weeks without
Right.
a break, and I'm like,
Really?
she
And
was
you're not
gone
on
for-
each other's nerves?
No, she was gone for 8 hours yesterday. I almost had a breakdown. Not
We're
really.
always together.
Okay, that's going to end soon. I'm just letting you know. Okay.
No, but we really love each other's company.
Okay, it's vomit. Okay. So
Laura, is that you?
you were out. When did you come out?
Well, I didn't formally come out. It was sort of like I fell out. You know what I mean?
Well, that's how most of our generation did
Yeah,
it.
I mean, I had crushes on teachers when I was younger. I
Duh.
always had really close female friends.
Right.
And I like boys.
Did you ever?
Yeah.
Did you ever have sex with a guy?
Yeah, yes.
So you're not gold star.
Well, I think it's platinum, really, to have tried all things. And
I slept with a guy too. I hate it. Like, so you were fine with it.
well, I wasn't fine with it. It was kind of. I knew there was some. What for me it was is.
Did you orgasm with the
just
guy?
the last one, one,
Ew.
and just twice.
Okay, you're not fully lesy.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I am. Oh my God, I am.
All right. No, I hated it. It felt so unnatural to me. Like
Yeah.
completely like a straight guy having sex with another straight guy.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
just all right.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so you were fine with that. But you knew you were a lesy.
Yeah, well, I guess. I mean, I was a real tomboy. I
Same.
mean, my parents, and the great thing about my parents is there was never any. Well, when I was a kid, I was really good at football, and my father tried to get me signed up with the local.
I love your father.
Yeah, oh, he was great. He was really great.
What was his name?
Albert?
I love that name. What
Yeah.
was your mom's name?
Rita.
Rita and
which is
Albert.
my middle name. Yeah.
Oh.
What did
okay.
my niece call my owl? I used to call him Owl, like hoot owl, you know. Like, whoop, whoop.
Okay, so that's great. We're going to cut that. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No,
I'm
that's
kidding.
fine.
So you are living in the city. Then you move to Staten Island with your girlfriend. Then you
Yeah.
break up. Why'd you break up?
She was my first girlfriend.
Yeah, I know. Mine lasted 20, whatever, fucking, and 2 kids. Okay.
Oh, really?
But that wasn't my first. All right.
yeah.
So then you break up. Where do you go?
Into Manhattan, 12th Street and 2nd Avenue.
Yeah, duh.
Yeah.
But this was what year?
I moved out in 88.
So you're in before it was cool to live on 2nd Avenue.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Well, it was becoming, Alphabet City was becoming less toxic. And
Yeah, it was bad. Like,
yeah.
people don't realize how bad Soho was.
Yeah, right.
And the
yeah,
Lower
yeah.
East Side, and
Yeah,
how,
the Lower East Side especially,
and the
yeah.
and the 40, like Hell's Kitchen. Like, I used to go to the
Oh, my
Improv,
God, yeah.
and it was just needles on the ground,
right,
and people don't
and
get.
used condoms.
Yeah, so you moved down there, and you're still in the hospitality industry.
Yeah. And I really liked straight girls. I really loved.
Oh,
beautiful
duh.
women.
Yeah.
You know, so what I
So
really.
were you the? You know how they all love to try it.
Yeah,
Were you
I
you
was
were the guinea
I was
pig?
yeah, exactly. I can still remember one woman saying to me, she was like, Eileen. I was like, what? And she's like, you know, if I ever decide to experiment, it would be with you.
Oh God, I get that all.
Like, do I have a choice in this?
I get that. So, and I think it's because I'm so tall and
there's this given authority.
yeah, and just like, well, if I'm going to do,
Yeah.
And it's like, no, don't play with, and we're women. It's not like guys who go fuck and then, they're like, okay, bye. And that's the end of it.
Yeah.
Women are so intertwined. Okay.
Yeah, it's
so
fascinating.
Julia's not born yet, but she's here. Say hi. Say hi.
Hi.
Okay. So then you're living in Alphabet City, working. Next phase of life. When is that?
I through my ex, whom I remained very good friends with.
Duh, the lesbians.
Yeah.
What does she do?
Well, I moved to Paris for 10 minutes and came back, and through coming back and staying with my ex on Staten Island for a little while.
You went from Paris to Staten Island.
Yeah, for 5 minutes. Then I met.
Okay, it's too long. Too fucking
My
long.
ex was dating someone, and then that one fell in love with me, and I fell in love with her.
Oh, God, this is so lesbianic.
I know.
Okay, so you fell in love with the girlfriend of your ex who you're living with for 5 minutes after you
Yeah.
get home from Paris and you're in Staten Island.
Yeah, and we tried to be very responsible, and we were. And,
What? So you were? Did you cheat on the?
well, there was on the friendship. Do you mean did I?
No, I'm not talking about the friendship, Eileen.
No, I didn't cheat. No, I'm not a cheater.
So you were in the house, all three of you?
No, she. Once we found out that they were not compatible, once my ex and I decided that we were really a thing, like a train that you couldn't stop.
Right.
I was in the mix about getting a place anyway. So,
Right.
So I got
Wait,
one.
so you had made out before you told?
No, we didn't. No, we
Really?
didn't. No,
you
we
just talked?
Yeah, we really. Judy's not believing me. She's like, Eileen.
Everyone, whatever face you're doing at home listening to this, I'm doing that face times
Yeah,
1,000.
she's doing
Go
it
ahead.
very.
Everyone in the room is looking at you.
Yeah.
Like,
No, we really didn't, though. I mean, it was a pretty I remember my ex threw me a 30th birthday party, which my father came to. It was a bunch of lesbians and my father. It was really great. My father used to have this shirt that had all alcohol bottles on it. Meanwhile, he didn't drink.
Right.
And he wore that to the party, I remember. And everybody was like, why does he have a shirt with alcohol bottles on it?
Oh, God.
Anyway.
Lesbians are so annoying. Okay.
So she threw me this, wonderful party. And at that party, it was clear that we were really, really into each other.
Okay.
The woman that
and
she
you didn't go in the bathroom?
No.
Nothing?
No. And I talked to my father about it. And while I was still staying.
Okay. That is, I never said that in my life. I was in love with a woman and I talked to my father about, never. I mean, my father died when I was young, but still, I was 27. That's fine. But never, those words have never come out of my mouth. Go ahead.
Actually, I was talking to my father about several things. Mind you, I'm schwitzing here, so excuse me.
Oh, please. It's awful.
My father and I were talking
you
about.
said schwitzing.
Oh, yes. Good one, Julia.
Well, my little shiksa.
Yeah. Okay.
So my father and I were talking about one of my brothers who was having an alcohol problem, and we were talking.
What's his name?
Dennis.
Dennis.
Yeah.
And he's gone. God rest his soul.
Yeah, he is. How'd you know?
I do my.
Oh, you do your research.
And what your other brother's gone to? What's his name?
Yeah, Kevin.
Kevin and
Yeah.
Dennis.
So my father and I were talking, and he said, "What about you, Eileen? How are you? Are you gay? If you are, I'm very modern. It's okay."
I'm modern. Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God, I love him.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, and that sort of characterized for me what I've always felt through my life was never guilt. Ever,
Right, that's
or
so good. Did
confusion.
Dennis and Kevin give a shit?
No, they were like fine.
Fucking,
Yeah.
you're lucky, Eileen.
Yeah, I know, and I really, really know that. And I've only
Right.
known that as I've gotten older.
Right.
There is never a part of me that has ever doubted or thought that there was anything wrong. My father as I said, tried to sign me up for football on an all-male
love
team.
him.
So I think that gives
He
you
was
some
way
sense.
ahead of his time.
Yeah, so that was a beautiful gift from my parents. Mind
Okay.
you, there was a lot of craziness in my family.
duh.
But,
Yeah.
but there was some
You're
really
Irish.
beautiful.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, so then do you end up with the girlfriend of the?
Yeah, for 6 years.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
where do you live?
On
2nd?
11th Street and 5th Avenue.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. Doorman pre-war.
Wow, that's a nice area. And are you friends with
That for the only time in my life that was caused a problem with
you and her?
Yeah.
And then
that's a real shame.
is she still friends with the ex?
No. She's friends with no one. She was alcoholic at the time, and that took her away from New York and a lot of us.
Wait, Wait, you said you're still friends with the first girlfriend on Staten Island.
No, the one from 6 years.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
the one you're friends with.
yeah.
The Staten Island one,
No,
she left.
Yeah, she
Okay,
left,
bye.
right.
Take care.
And it was, it wasn't that dramatic, but as you know, these things are quite dramatic
Yeah.
anyway, even if people try to be responsible.
Yeah.
So we did try to be responsible. And my father said, because I remember talking to him another time and saying, there's this issue where, I feel like I'm going to hurt my ex, whom he knew.
Right.
She would come to holidays out in Jersey with us all the time because she had a terrible family in Massachusetts that was really, really loathsome. So she would come out with me, and they knew her. And he said, "Oh, it's really a shame, but you just follow your heart and try to be."
Oh my God, I love him, Albert. I love you.
And a sense of fairness was a beautiful thing. And I do feel I conducted myself, and my ex did too, and these things happen.
And then you were with her for 6 years, and how come you broke up?
Well, it was either stay or go. It was either stay for a very long time.
Right.
It was either that I was going to stay and this would be a kind of marriageable thing.
Right.
Or I leave and see if the things that were an issue were something I needed to work on.
Right.
And it ended up I stayed out.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
Wait, and where did you go?
I went to, let's see, that was 95. So I moved to London, actually, for 4 years.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now, when you were in London, did you have a fake London accent?
No, never. No, never. Never. No, I never did. No.
Real? I hate
My
people
name's
that
not Madonna.
I know, but there's so many people that do that. Okay.
I know, it's so weird.
So you're 25.
5.
So wait, you
Yeah, I
were
was
born
born
in
already.
94. Okay. So you're in London in 94, and you're coming out of your mother's vagina or stomach. Did she have vaginal delivery or?
No, C-section.
So you're out of your mother's stomach. Are you the first child or?
The only child.
The only child. Was she married to your father?
She was, unfortunately.
And you hate him?
Yeah.
What's
He's an asshole.
What's his name?
Ricardo.
Fuck you, Ricardo. You fucking asshole.
Exactly.
And what's your
Fuck
mother's
you,
name?
Ricardo.
Ingrid.
Oh, Ingrid's so nice.
Oh,
you have
she's
to.
great.
Lovely. Yeah.
Okay. So, and you grew up in Brazil. Mm-hmm. One of my piano teachers was from Brazil.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
And
You
she was
studied music
Jewish.
First
Yeah.
at Rutgers,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
She was Jewish too. Where in Brazil did you grow up? Oh, right. Did you grow? That was Laura. Did you grow up? What area of Brazil did you grow
In
up?
São Paulo.
No, my God. Fuck you. Okay. And in an apartment. Huh?
Have you been to Brazil?
No, I haven't.
you
Okay.
should.
I know I'm going. I got to get the fuck out of here.
I can say it at my mom's.
Oh, really? Okay.
She would love it.
Okay. So, and your parents were married at the time?
They were.
And
yeah.
what did Ricardo asshole do?
So he cheated on my mom.
No, I mean as a job.
As a job?
Yeah.
I thought you meant like what
No.
he did
Oh,
for them to
please. I
break
could have
up.
fucking predicted
He
that one.
was like a web designer type of thing.
Oh, right. Because the web, I'm thinking now I'm back in our childhood.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So he's a web designer. And did Ingrid work too?
She did, yeah. She is an industrial designer.
Wow.
Yeah, she's really, really cool.
And did they go to college or they just.
My mom went to college,
course.
and my dad went to college, but he didn't finish.
Yeah, because he's a cheater. So, and then you're growing up there. Did you live in an apartment, a house, or?
An apartment
And in the city?
in the city. Yeah,
Oh my God, lucky you. Okay. And normal childhood.
Yeah, well, pretty much normal. I mean, I didn't talk to my dad a lot, so it was. Well,
Wait,
I guess
how old
that's
were you
pretty
when he
normal.
left?
I was 6 months.
Oh, fuck him.
isn't
You
it
don't leave, like, I have kids, right? You don't fucking leave your kids. Sorry.
Yeah.
Under any circumstances. Okay, so fuck
Yeah.
him.
And I would see him like once a year, twice a year. Like he was really like not there.
And you didn't like him that much.
No, I knew he was a dick.
How do you say dick in Spanish?
Portuguese.
Portuguese. I knew it was fucking. It was coming out Portuguese,
don't-
and then I switched to Spanish. Yeah.
You don't use it like to swear.
All right. If you had a
like
swear word in Portuguese for your father, what would it be?
Bosta.
Bosta. Okay. All right.
So
So your mother's a single working mom, and she seems like loving and smart and like I mean, I just saw her on video, but whatever. Okay. And you go to school. Are you popular?
Oh no.
Really?
Oh, not at all. Oh, I was like the weird kid.
Really?
Yeah. I was like nerdy and shy as fuck and had no friends.
I love that. That's why you're so cool.
yeah,
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Did they tease you?
Oh, yeah.
What'd they call you?
Like a lot of things were to do with me being very pale. Cause
All right.
I think
Oh, right, because you're in Brazil.
Yeah.
yeah. And she's very
Because
European.
my family's half German. So
I love the Germans. The Jews and the Germans. Yeah.
So yeah, I was paler than most
Yeah.
people. So there were a lot of things like to do with me being pale. So like ghost and like things like that.
Oh, shut the
nothing,
fuck
nothing
up.
too bad. But a lot of it was to do with me being horrible at sports. So yeah, I was just awkward and
So, like, because
not
they're into
popular.
soccer and all that shit,
Yeah.
and you're,
Yeah.
fuck them. Okay. And then everything's fine. Any trauma or anything? I mean, do you know you're a les?
So, funny thing, I didn't know because, so especially where I'm from, there's this really, really major like stereotype that you have to look masculine to be a lesbian.
Oh my God.
yeah.
But they didn't care that you were.
So, yeah,
Wait.
so I've never ever been into boys when I was growing up
Right.
or ever in my life. And
But
I
you
just-
were into girly things.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
hold on
hyper
one second.
femme. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've always been like hyper feminine.
Right.
So nobody ever thought I was gay, and I never thought I was gay, but I was never into men.
Right.
So it took me a while.
Did you have girl crushes?
Oh, yeah. But I just, teacher crushes.
I know.
mostly.
People don't realize the lesi, it's like teacher, because we're around women a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's, yeah. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
but I just thought I liked my friends a lot.
An awful lot.
I didn't realize I was actually very gay.
And how was being gay, like in our culture here, it's shit, especially when we were kids. You know, it's just, I mean, I had a bleeding peptic ulcer when I was 18. It was awful.
Oh, it's terrible.
But thank you. Like if you were gay in Brazil in grammar school, or what do they call grammar school?
Meh.
Like 1st through 8th grade.
Yeah, well, I was in Portuguese. It's like fundamental.
Fundamental.
So, yeah.
All right, you're in fundamentals. Okay. And are they fun? Yes, they're fundamental. And you know you're a lesi. And what's in, like, how do people deal with that? Like, do they, you don't talk about it?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think it is getting better now.
Right.
I don't know because I don't live there.
Right.
But I think it's probably getting better. But it's still like very much a Christian country. So
And macho.
and very very sexist. And there's a huge issue with.
What does that remind me of? Okay.
There's a very huge issue with education.
Right.
So a lot of people don't get to learn very, very important things like not being an asshole.
Right.
And so, so there was a lot of homophobia. I remember growing up, the only time you would ever see like gay characters on TV was when they were being made fun of. And it would
of
be
course.
gay men and
they're
were,
sissies and
yeah, or the sociopath killer,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it was never seen as a positive thing.
And lesies, of course, are just for porn.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right. We didn't exist.
So did you tell your mother, I think I'm a lesi?
So, not exactly like that. I mean, I started realizing when I think I was probably 15, and
Right.
I had a major crush on a literature teacher.
Yeah.
And then I think because I was a teenager, I was thinking of her.
Ooh,
in a
I've
more,
got to.
like,
I need help with my
sexual
essay.
way.
Yeah, because
And then-
you're an adolescent and like you're a sexual being, and at this
Yeah.
point,
So then I realized,
Hi, I wrote my essay and I need some homework on
probably.
can you help me with this book? All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so then I started realizing that maybe I liked women, but I
Right.
didn't tell anyone. Like, I didn't even think of saying it out
Right.
loud. It was just
of course, because you can't even
head.
believe it's real. Yeah.
Yeah. And then as I got a little bit older, people like my classmates and stuff thought it was really weird that I had never been with any boys. And,
Oh, so they're picking up on the.
And that you didn't
Yeah.
really like it.
yeah.
You weren't
And,
into them.
Yeah, and sometimes there would be boys that would be into me, but I would always find like something wrong with them.
Right.
So I convinced myself that
Please.
I
go.
was just very picky.
Yeah.
And not gay. And then when I was 17, I decided to actually try to
Yeah.
have a boyfriend.
Ugh.
And that sucked.
Right. Did you didn't suck his penis, did you? Ew, really?
Yeah, but it was horrible.
Did you
though.
hate it?
Hated it, yeah.
I know. That's how I was.
Yeah.
And you liked it, Eileen, so shut up. You said you had an orgasm with the last one.
No, but that wasn't, well, yeah.
Okay,
that was by
whatever.
accident, but it
That.
was literally by accident. I mean, it was
I know
like,
exactly how you feel. And let me
No,
just say one thing right now. You know, this whole thing, oh, why do you have a boyfriend, right? My cousin told her mother-in-law, who is so right-wing, that the reason I wasn't married was because I was too tall. And
Oh my God.
and I
Oh,
can't
your
find a
cousin?
yeah.
What cousin? Fuck
No,
her.
she's great. She was like, I didn't know what the fuck to say to her, but I make fun of her all the
Yeah,
time about
that's
that.
actually really cute.
Yeah, she's like, she's too tall. Like, and then she was like, oh. Okay, so you're
Shut up for 20
17.
years, right?
Is the guy nice, or you just picked a guy? Just
No, he wasn't really nice.
was he in high school with you?
No, he was
was
actually
30,
a
right?
bit older, yeah, quite a bit older.
Oh wow,
yeah.
that's so interesting that you like
Yeah,
older.
yeah.
people. Mm.
Yeah, it wasn't very legal at
Right.
at that
How
time,
old
'cause I
was
underage,
the
so-
teacher you had the crush on?
She was like 50.
She was.
Yeah.
So interesting.
That's really cute.
Oh, you. What do you? All right, I'll get to that
I
later.
can do some literature lessons.
Yeah. Yeah. Now you have role play for me.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm helping your. Well, you probably don't. Just save it. Put it in a book for later when you're like, I'm not attracted to you anymore.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Make another smart choice with Auto Quote Explorer to compare rates from multiple car insurance companies all at once. Try it at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
So at 18, you moved to London. When you're 18, did you graduate?
High school, yeah.
Yes, you graduate high school, and you say to your loving mother, who has given up her whole life for you, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
How did she take that?
She was very supportive. She's great.
I'm sick of you, Ingrid. You're
She's-
perfect.
She's
Okay.
perfect. But
And did you say,
I
what was
still
your
feel guilty
reason?
for that? I still feel pretty
All right,
guilty.
good. You
Yeah.
should. What was your reason for leaving? Just because of the whole.
Because I wanted to do music, and the type of music I liked wasn't like necessarily Brazilian music.
Right.
So yeah, I wanted to move to London.
Did you also feel like you were? If I go to London, I can be who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a girlfriend for about a year. Like right after I had the
blowjob,
boyfriend, I broke up with him.
I know.
and I met my first girlfriend.
Right.
And then I was like,
How
sure
old
that-
was she?
She was in her 20s. Like
Wow, that's
mid-20s.
young for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay. So and how long did that last?
About a year.
Okay. And then you leave. Mm-hmm. And is your mother take you to the air? Like,
Yeah.
does your mother know you're a lesbian yet?
Oh yeah, she does.
Oh God, we missed the whole part. When do you decide to like? What happens?
So it was. I actually told her kind of gradually because we were pretty much like friends. So
Right.
we always spoke
Right.
about things. So the first time I kissed a girl at school, right after I broke up with the boyfriend.
with the blowjob, yeah.
Yeah, I kissed this girl at school.
Tongue.
Yeah.
It's the best. Your first tongue kiss, isn't it?
Exactly.
Okay, sorry.
And I told my mom when I came home.
And what'd she
stuff,
say?
And she was like, "Oh, did you like it?"
Okay, wait. Let's do the scene. Hello, honey. How was school? What do you want for dinner? I don't know what this accent is, but I'm just doing a random accent. How was school?
Oh, it was great.
Oh, good.
Kind of kissed my friend.
Your friend? Roberto, Ricardo, Donito. Who?
Maria.
I think her name was Alessandra. I think.
Oh, nice.
Oh, did you like?
So I was too embarrassed, and I said that I didn't like it.
Oh, thank God. What did she say? Did she say, oh, or what
She
did she
was
say?
like, "Oh, but like, how could you tell? How long was it?"
Yeah. Oh, I love her.
And I was like, "Oh, it was just a peg,"
Okay.
but it was, and I was just embarrassed.
Right. Okay.
And then I think I started watching The L Word.
Oh, my God.
Oh, there you go.
See, we didn't have any
we didn't have any of
representation.
that.
And
We had
that's bad representation because they're all fucking perfect on the L
We had
Word.
family with what's her name, Christy McNichol.
Oh, yeah. We knew Christy McNichol and Jodie Foster were lesbians.
Yeah.
But no one talked
Yeah.
about it.
That
Okay.
was for me, like, as someone that grew up in Brazil, that was the first time I came across
Lesbies.
Like, lesbies. Yeah.
must have been
And
profound.
it was liberating because I
Right.
saw they could have like
A life.
life and
Yeah.
be gay. And I also, for me, as a feminine lesbian,
Closer to the mic. Closer to. All right. Yeah.
Closer to the mic.
and also for me as a feminine lesbian, I could really identify with them because a lot of them are
They were lesbians that were feminine.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my god,
Right.
it's a thing to like look like me and be gay, and
right,
you
right.
can have a normal life and everything. So then I started saying to people that I was bisexual.
Oh, no, that's a very normal
That's
thing.
normal.
That's how
Yeah,
I told my sister. And then, I had to ease it in.
Yes.
You know,
I
you have to
told
ease in.
myself.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I told my mom. I don't actually remember telling her, but it was just like a gradual
See, that
thing.
is a good mother. If you don't remember telling her,
Yeah.
then you're fucking lucky.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
So you go to London. Where are you living?
So I was living. Oh, I lived in a bunch of terrible places.
Okay.
So my first.
How much money did you have?
Oh, I had like £20,
Which is what?
like $30.
Okay. Your mother is so not Jewish. Letting you go
Right.
to London with fucking $30.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go there, you have $30.
Yeah.
Where do
so-
you live? Where do you sleep the first night?
So the first night I was renting a room at this house with 2 Indian families. Mm-hmm. And
You only knew of one family that
oh
was-
yeah, I thought it was gonna be one family. So I was like, oh, it's gonna be great.
Right.
We don't really do shared accommodation in Brazil that often. So I thought, oh my god, we're gonna be best friends.
Right.
Like, we're gonna have dinner together. You know,
Right.
there's gonna be this family environment.
Right.
I got there were like 2 families, each one living in a room, and me living in the other like box room.
Did you get any food?
And,
Like they have the best food.
Oh no, they didn't. They didn't talk to me. Actually, one of the families didn't talk to me because they weren't happy that I was there because I wasn't from their country. So they,
Oh,
yeah,
God.
it was weird.
That's, yeah.
Yeah, so nobody talked to
And you
me.
brought them gifts
Oh yeah, I brought them gifts and stuff.
from Brazil. She brought them like gifts.
And they were assholes to you?
Yeah.
Fuck you. What was their name?
I don't remember.
Fuck them. Fuck them and fuck them. Did you have any sex with any family members?
No.
All right, go.
They tried, but
yeah.
yeah.
The guys did?
Yeah, there was this guy that masturbated on my towel.
Oh my God, get
Oh,
the fuck
forget-
men are so fucking gross.
I know it was.
Was
it
he married?
terrifying. Yeah, he was
Oh,
married.
of course.
Members,
Of
yeah.
course.
Yeah,
Jesus.
disgusting.
Fuck. Okay, so how long do you live there?
Just 2 months because I was
Get the
terrified.
fuck out. And then where do you go? How do you make money?
So, funny story. It's very stereotypical, but I worked at a street market selling churros.
Oh, well, at least you got food. Yeah.
yeah.
And you made enough to live?
Barely. Like
Okay.
I remember being hungry like quite
Right.
often
Well, you didn't
and
have a
cold.
winter
Oh, God.
I didn't have a
Eileen
winter
is like
coat.
fucking. And she didn't have a winter coat. Oh,
It's
and she
true.
couldn't. Blah, blah. I know. It's so fucking horrible.
really
I know.
Yeah,
So-
I remember really freezing because I had to work at this street market. Like I arrived in January.
and never did you say, I'm going to go home to my mother.
No, I thought about it, but I really wanted to do music.
See, this is what kids. All right, I'm going to sound old, but no one had. A lot of people don't go through that shit anymore. Like, all right, I had it easy. I moved to New York. In the beginning, I lived on cold sesame noodles, but I had a
You could buy
family.
them, yeah.
And I had a coat. But I lived in a shithole, and I ate cold sesame noodles because that's what they were $2.95. All right, go ahead. and that's why I'm fucking fat right now. All right.
Yeah, so then after that, I met this Brazilian girl at the churro place, of course.
Uh-huh.
And then...
Is she butchy?
No.
Okay.
No.
You like femmes.
Oh, no, she wasn't gay. She was just a friend.
Fuck, I have a whole fantasy going on. Okay. Yeah.
And I moved in to this house where there were a bunch of Brazilian immigrants, and it was terrifying because it was like 4 people per bedroom,
Right.
And like men as well,
Right.
and they hated me
Why?
because
You're pale? No. Why?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a bit different, and I was
Right.
from a different state as
Right.
well. And like Brazil is a very big country,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Oh, fuck them.
And it has
Okay.
different states.
it has different
Yeah.
states, and yeah, it's like here, yeah,
Right.
probably if you go to somewhere,
Right.
like,
If we went to
very-
Alabama or Memphis or,
yeah,
you know, we're
and
making
also
out in the
they-
middle of the street.
Yeah, they knew I was gay, so I think they were probably a bit
Oh, well,
homophobic
there
as
you
well.
go. Yeah.
That explains a lot. Yeah, so that was horrible, and there were creepy guys there too, and yeah. So I mean, I lived in at least like 7 crappy places on the first year of living in London. It was like terrifying.
Okay. So that, and then?
So then I met my first English girlfriend,
Right.
and she was my age. And,
Wow, that's a new thing.
Yeah, and then she was going to music college, and college in England is like kind of like high school.
Right.
So I had already finished high school, but I barely, I didn't really speak English.
Right.
And I didn't have any English qualifications, so I
Right.
couldn't go like straight to college.
Right.
So
Now, during this time, do you read? Like, what do you do for fun?
So I had no money, right?
Right.
And I was trying to learn English. So
Right.
I started watching My Little Pony
Right.
in English because like kids, like child things are easier to understand.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I pretty much learned English
Wow.
watching My Little Pony.
That's awesome.
And her English is just superb.
Yeah, it is.
Not really.
Okay.
No, it really.
No, it is really good.
Oh,
Have you heard
thank
the
you.
president? Go ahead. Fucking can't speak. Okay, next. Okay, so then she's in the music school.
Yeah. So then I auditioned to go to music school too.
Is this a high
And
school?
It's
It's like the high school for performing arts.
It's
yeah,
it's
kind of, yeah.
preparatory school for you going.
Okay,
on to
got you.
university.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's mostly they're like 16 to 18, but
Right.
I was 18 already, so I was slightly older than everybody else in my class. So yeah, so I did that for a couple of years. Broke up with my girlfriend because she cheated on me with her cousin.
With her cousin?
Yeah, I know.
Fuck, first cousin?
First cousin.
What the fuck is that? It's mental.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. And I found out because we used the same computer.
Yeah.
And then I found a file of her, like a video of her masturbating that she was
Okay, I
sending to her
can't. I can't. I'm too old.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I hope the grandparents were there to watch too. All right. Oh, the kids are getting along so well, aren't they? They really hit it off. Okay.
They had a nice date.
Yeah. So you then you're living together at this point?
We were living together.
So who leaves?
So I left because I didn't have enough money to pay for the whole place
Right.
on my own. And
Where do you
yeah.
move to?
So then I moved to just like a shared accommodation. I was
Okay.
renting a room, but at least it was like.
Are you
it
still
wasn't
working at the
crazy.
churro?
No, I was working in retail. At that
Oh,
point.
that's good.
I hated it.
I know. I'm just saying money wise. It's better,
was
Oh
right?
yeah, it was slightly better. Yeah.
Right.
And it
And-
was warm.
And are you out of the closet?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're out. At
as
work
soon
and
as-
everything?
At work and everything. As
And no
long
one
as-
gives a shit.
No. Oh yeah, actually, I forgot to say that it was liberating to move to London because I
Right.
could walk around holding my girlfriend's
Right.
hand and like kiss in public
Right.
and stuff, and nobody said a thing. It was wonderful.
See? God. And we're supposed to be the trendsetters. Okay. Okay, so you're in retail. And then?
And then I finished college. I mean, by college, I mean the English high school. And then I auditioned to go to classical music college.
Which
And,
college?
Goldsmiths.
Okay.
Uh,
Yes.
And then I got the place, but at the time, because I had only been in the country for 2.5 years and not 3 years, I wasn't entitled to student finance yet, and I was broke AF, so I couldn't pay for college. So I had to wait a year. Then I finally got into college, and I graduated now in June.
Oh, Mazel Tov! So you have a bachelor's degree,
Yeah.
or in what? In vocal
In
performance?
vocal, in classical. Well, it's in a classical music degree, but my main instrument was
Voice. I have a degree in classical too, and it's but it was a general music thing. But I forgot everything, and I didn't want to practice. So that's awesome.
Yay.
Oh,
And she's an amazing classical singer.
So what kind of music do you love to sing?
So I'm actually more into rock music and alternative.
Okay,
stuff
give me a
that.
name. What kind of rock? Who's your favorite rock band?
I like Evanescence and things that kind of mix classical with rock music.
Right.
But while in college, I was singing a lot of Atonal, Schoenberg, that type of stuff that I also love.
Right.
But,
I'm not supposed to say right. I got fan. You say right too much. And then I'm like, fuck, now I realize I. Okay. So you are in London in 94.
95, yeah. 95 to 99.
While she's a little young, pale lesbo. And you remain in London from...
I moved back to New York. Well, I came back and forth the whole time. I had come into a little bit of money through a car accident settlement.
Oh, my God. Lucky.
Yes. So,
what kind of car accident?
somebody rear-ended us, and, I had an injury. So
did you call Salino and Barnes Injury Attorneys 800-888-888-888? Okay.
So it's not Jacoby and Myers here anymore?
No, it's oh no, they still have Jacoby and Myers,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
this is a commercial, Salino and Barnes, but I think they broke up, they got in a fight, but the fucking commercial's so annoying. So
that settled after about 4 years, and the timing.
and did you have a real injury and
Yeah,
everything?
I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Because I'm going to a deposition on Thursday.
Sure.
Okay. Literally, I'm in the Costco parking lot. I'm driving Elisa's fucking stupid Lexus that she's, no one can touch anything. And this car in front of me is going into the lane for the, cars that pick people up, like the Uber, all that shit.
Yeah.
And I turn my wheel to go around them, and someone comes down the fucking next lane and bashes into us. Our cars all, the side is pretty fucked up. Not a scratch on their car. They walk out, they're looking, blah, 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 blah. I have to go to this has been going on for 3 years.
Yeah.
I have to go to a deposition for their traumatic brain injury.
Their traumatic brain injury?
Yeah. And now the kid was in the back seat, and I was like, "Hi, what's your name?" Blah, blah. Fine, everything. But she has a brain. It's like, you're wasting everyone's fucking time because you want money. Okay.
Yeah, and didn't they hit you? Aren't they the?
Yeah, but I had turned the wheel and was about to, so it's,
Judy, I'm really
So it's
sorry.
please. I can't, and the lawyer's like, you can't say you fucking asshole lying pieces of shit, which is what I can't, I just want my moment of you know what? You're a fucking asshole. But I apparently can't do that.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay. So you're going back and forth. You get money from and so what do you do with that money?
Well, I never had money before, so I just spent it crazily.
Great. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. You needed a Jew in your life to tell you not to do that.
I did. I really did.
Okay. And what do you spend it on?
Cars.
Good. From a car accident.
Travel. Yeah.
If you could get that money back, what would be the thing you spent money on that you were like, oh, I should have just kept the money for this?
Buying a place in New York, a down payment for a place in New York.
Why? That's a really good investment.
No, I would have done that. Is that what
No,
you're
I'm
asking?
saying, what did you spend the money on?
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
The one
champagne, cars, and traveling. And
but traveling is good to
traveling
spend
is
money
good.
on.
Yeah.
What kind of cars?
Like a Range Rover.
Ugh. Okay. All right.
So I
Wasted
really
it.
Yeah, I'm terrible with money anyway.
Okay.
And given
Did you hear that, Julia?
Yep,
Okay.
I'm aware.
we got that sorted.
Okay. So,
Yeah, so full disclosure, Julia knows and everything that I'm terrible with money.
Okay.
Yeah, and my family never had money. We had really, really
Well, I think everyone thinks that, you're a sugar mama, which is so not true.
Which is so not true.
I know,
Yeah,
but that's
yeah.
because they have really good minds. Okay.
Yeah.
So you end up going back and forth. How do you get into like journalism and punditism?
Well, yeah, that's at this point I had a respite from work, so this money allowed me to basically have the gap year that I never had. And gap year to Americans would be a trip between high school and university, but instead I was having it like age 40. So so I ended up moving back to New York, and it was the calendar turned over into the year 2000, and I decided I was very into technology, and I had always been a good writer and stuff. And so a friend said, why don't you try tech writing? And that was 2000. Even though the dot-com bust was happening, people needed documentation experts, So I applied for my first job. I lied and said that I had experience.
You have to.
Yeah, you have to. It's sort of
you just figure it out.
That catch-22 thing. You just figure it out. And I did well on the job, and so that led to about almost 9 years of contract work as a tech writer. So I moved back to New York, and then in 2004 I moved back to L.A. I had drug dependency issues with 2 prescription drugs.
Which ones?
Ambien and Xanax. Not Xanax. Ativan. Yeah, how'd you know it's Ativan?
Because it's either Xanax or Ativan.
Yeah.
I have Ativan, and
You do?
yeah, but I hardly. let me hand you something. No, I'm really good about shit like that.
You are good.
Yeah, I'll only take it.
Yeah.
If
Why are you so good like that? Like, you sound like you haven't had any real pits of despair in terms of some.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I mean,
I had a clinical depression in 2010. No, I really like to smoke pot, and I started in high school, and I realized I was self-medicating. Then I stopped smoking pot, and I would run long distances, like 10 miles, 15 miles.
Yeah.
And then now I've had a knee replacement, and I need the other one replaced.
Wow.
And so now I'm back to smoking pot. But I don't know.
I mean, from the point of view of, I'm not hearing stories, or do I know of stories about you having, when Judy was, arrested for
never
punching Republicans or something.
No. I did. No,
That's you, babe.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I got a lot of trouble for calling George W. Bush a living, breathing piece of shit.
Oh, you did. Good.
Yeah. I've gotten in trouble. For shit.
But I'm wondering, when you talk about your mom, I hear, when you were doing a show with Sandra Bernhard, and you were talking about your mom, how you would sit down and watch TV with your mom, and she'd be like, Jew, which I love.
Yeah, that's so true.
She was like having a Jewish mother. I mean, I love my mother. She was an Irish mother. She was very talented and funny, and a lot of things. But I mean, that's such a beautiful thing, and I don't think enough people say that, what it looks like from the outside.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
See,
she was very smart. She grew up in Manhattan.
Cool.
So she grew up 2 blocks from where I live. I was lucky, but also annoying. So
anyway, so
all right. So you're on Ativan and Ambien. Ambien's the worst.
Yeah, I still like it.
Why would you need Ambien and Ativan?
Well, it was one of those things when I was traveling a lot. It was a steady kind of equalizer. If you fly
but would you would have it during the day?
That's the thing. That's when it crossed over into kind of a pathological use or abuse. That I started taking it during the day. I lived in L.A. and L.A.
That could do it.
Alienating at times.
Yeah.
Perfection, but alienating.
But I enjoyed in the early 2000s, a glass of red wine and a Xanax, and then I'd be, because I travel all the time and you can't fucking go to sleep.
Yeah, right. I mean, after shows and stuff, I can imagine it must lend itself to, to self-medicating.
Yeah. How do you get over the dependency?
I landed in England in 2009, was living in the airport. I spent 3 weeks living in Heathrow Airport.
Now, how did you came from
I flew
New York?
from L.A.
L.A.
Yeah.
And
I had run out of contract work or alienated.
And you had an apartment and everything?
No, I had nothing.
No, before.
Oh, yeah, before. Yeah, I mean,
you were just living a normal life.
I had an itinerant
in your Range
life as
Rover.
a tech writing contractor.
Okay.
So I would go to contracts, sometimes in Texas, mostly New York and New Jersey, because Pharmaceutical Row, Route 1.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of work in pharmaceutical.
Did you So your home base was L.A.?
Well, I wanted to live in Los Angeles. I always had, but I never had occasion or reason to move out there. But I thought I would look for contracts out there. And then 2004, I did that, found some, and it had slowed down there.
Right.
And then I started getting dependent on medication, and medication replaced interaction, and it replaced everything, really. It became, I know it's hard for some people to imagine how you can find any kind of, like, sort of drug-induced nirvana on those two medications. Maybe more so the Ativan, but
They're relaxing.
Yeah.
But also they can, because they're all addicted to their phones.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people think of alcohol addiction and behavior. It's a big behavioral change. You see that. But for me, it was a great fit. It fit like a glove, but a bad glove in the end. Because it ended up pushing me further into alienation and then kind of a self-defeating.
Plus, pills are it's like you and your pills.
Yeah, right.
So you're not. It's not a social thing. Like you don't go to a pill bar.
Yeah,
you
right.
know?
Yeah, exactly. That's a very good observation.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give people ideas.
Take up
that's
alcohol
true.
instead of
Hi, I'd
pills.
like to order a. I'm going to do the Ambien and Ativan combination, double
Exactly.
A. Okay.
And a shot.
So
So that was a really
so you go to
difficult
Heathrow.
decade.
You
Yeah.
decide you're going to live in London again.
Well, I didn't know what to do. The only thing I knew was that in England, I would not have to have health insurance because I don't know what I was thinking. I thought I would get more credit. I'd gotten credit cards, not repaid them, so I'd abused credit.
Julia.
And I thought I would restart in London, but it wasn't a well thought out restart,
Right.
obviously. I mean, I was, really, really in bad shape. So I landed there, and after a couple weeks of leaving the airport, I then ran out of the medication that I had and had no doctor in the UK, had no money to go back and forth between
Were you
the
having
airport
withdrawal?
Yeah, so I started to have withdrawal over a couple of days, twitching and everything. It was really terrible. And then I had a housing appointment because in the UK, I didn't know this when I first lived there, but you can put your name on a housing list. And if you have low enough income, you'll get a kind of, what do they call that when they contribute to the money, to the rent?
Subsidy.
Subsidized, yeah, subsidized
housing.
Yeah, right. So everybody's entitled to that.
Wow,
based on
that's
your
just
income.
like here.
So this friend said to me, you really should get on the housing list. She told me
are you at Heathrow? Like you're at Heathrow?
Yeah, I'm at
for
Heathrow
3
waiting
weeks.
waiting for my housing
And
appointment.
what was your favorite terminal?
Bench to sleep. It was Terminal 2. Yeah.
Yeah, what was it?
3. Well, it was.
What airline?
It was a bunch of airlines. It wasn't just.
And did you get anything from the workers there, like food
No, nothing. I was really. There was the homeless, and then there was me, and then there was everybody else. Like I didn't mix with anybody, and not because of any judgment. It just I was so
right.
on
Just like
my- in my
you're
own
solitary.
world.
Okay,
And I found a shower there. I had a routine. I lived in a bit of a fantasy world where I thought I'm going to get all this credit. I'm going to get back to the kind of
Life, yeah.
liberty that I had. I mean, because it's really devastating to live like that. And some people live like that and don't know how bad it is.
Right.
I knew that it was just terrible. So anyway, I went to my housing appointment on the day that I was having really bad withdrawal symptoms, and my number was called, and I had dragging my suitcase with me because I couldn't leave my suitcase at the at the airport. Like, hey Joe, watch that for me.
Right.
So I went to the appointment, and they called my number, and I dragged my suitcase up to this woman's desk. And then I had a seizure. I had a really bad grand mal seizure. And I didn't wake up till probably about 45 minutes later in an ambulance. And I was drenched from head to foot, kind of like I am now.
Yeah, it's so fucking hot in here.
Except I'm not having a seizure. But so I had a seizure. And that was a wonderful catalyst to get me sooner into housing. In fact, I had to go to the hospital. They gave me medication. They said, listen, you're addicted. The benzodiazepine is what's causing you to have this issue, but the other medication is really bad to be addicted to too. So they said, we're going to give you medication, send you back to the airport, and then on Monday come back to the housing. Well, housing apparently said to the medical people that picked me up, EMS people or whatever they're called, that I would need to come back or something like that. So I went back on Monday and I saw the boss that Monday at the housing. And they said, okay, we have a duty of care, and that is we have to put you into temporary housing. So for the next year and 11 months, I lived in a B&B in Notting Hill.
What the fuck? I'm moving to London.
Yeah. So it
England can be really amazing.
yeah, it took me years to get over the addiction, but the NHS helped me, and I had room. I had something over my head, and and I had a few pounds a week to buy food.
Okay, question, and then we're getting to your relationship. Were there people that you saw every day at the airport and were like, oh, did anyone ever talk to you, like the people that worked there, or?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't really. I was so filled with shame that I wouldn't let myself be acknowledged. If you get my point, I was as erased as one could be, and so no, I didn't. There was one woman though. I remember we had a nice chat, but then there's a sense of competition for the best seats to sleep on, or the food that was left out of this one shop at night when they pulled down the gate. They would leave the sandwiches.
My God, it's so barbaric.
Yeah, it is barbaric. Yeah, it really was terrible, and a lot to recover from. And it took me.
But you did it.
Yeah, it took me almost as long to get out of the psychological space. Probably the physical addiction was the quickest thing to get out of. But
and then you have to deal with all the other shit in your head.
So it took a very long time, but I did.
This week's episode of It's Judy's Show with Judy Gold is sponsored by BetterHelp. And if you know me, which I think you do because you're listening to my podcast right now, you know that I am a big advocate for therapy. I think it benefits everyone. I think there's so many people who need it, who don't partake. It is so important for your emotional health and well-being. Therapy is fantastic. It is in every stretch of the imagination. And if you're thinking of starting therapy, please do it. But please give BetterHelp a try. It is entirely online. It's designed to be convenient. It's flexible. It suits your schedule. You fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. I have switched therapists in my life. I've had many, many therapists, and sometimes it's not a great fit for you, but don't give up. Therapy is beneficial. You can learn about yourself, you can process, and just be emotionally healthy. I'm telling you, do it. BetterHelp is great because, when I used to schlep to my therapist's office, it was so annoying. You have to do it, and you sit there and you wait, and then I'm telling you, doing it online is fantastic. And BetterHelp is amazing. I know a lot of people who've used it. So if you're thinking about therapy, go to BetterHelp.com. Let the gratitude flow. This is Gratitude Month, people. So you need to let the gratitude flow with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/JudyGold, JudyGold, today, and you will get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/JudyGold. You're welcome.
You then end up in the B&B. Then do you start working? What happens?
No, I then was almost 2 years into the B&B. I got my choice I became the first on the list to be offered a flat in the area. Well, what I mean is there are boroughs, and the borough that you get shown a flat when the list moves up is the one that you had previous record of living in. So mine happened to be the richest borough probably in the world, which is the Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea. So I was shown a flat, and it was just perfect, really lovely.
I can't take
Small
this.
But lovely.
Okay.
And
so do you have any girlfriends? Anything going on in your life? Do you get the flat?
Yeah, no, I didn't come out socially, if you know what I mean, post-addiction. Social media helped me out, and then the 2016 election really helped me out. Ugh. And then from there, it was Tinder.
Okay. So you go on Tinder. What first date?
First date, I can't remember which one, but there were about 4 women that I dated, and then Julia. And
Now, how old were the other women?
they were younger. Yeah, they were all younger.
30s?
20s, maybe 20, roughly 26, I think.
Okay, so you love younger women.
Yeah, I do now that I've gotten older. You know, and it's more that it's not that I have this obsession with younger women, but it was more that their cultural reference points fit me very well.
That's so weird because I could go with a 90-year-old.
Yes. I mean, isn't that different?
Yeah, I mean, it's just...
It's just
I'm so because you know I have kids.
Yeah,
One of my kids is in his 20s. He has a girl. I mean, I deal with kids in their 20s all the time because I'm a comic.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm just like, okay, you don't get this at all. You know what I mean?
Right.
So she's the fourth one or the fifth one?
I think roughly the fifth one. There was no one after Julia, but she was the last one.
Okay. Yeah.
No, what I mean is that
Eileen.
No, I just meant that you were the last one.
And all right. So you meet on the Tinder. Where do you meet?
Go ahead.
So we were supposed to go out for dinner, but then the day of, Eileen texted me and she said her knee was hurting.
Well, I mean, I said.
Oh my God!
This
Right.
is going to sound really.
First
weird,
of all, like you're 20. How old are you?
25.
24.
24.
Yeah.
And you're on a day, and you're going to meet someone. They're like, my knee
We're
hurts.
always 24. Yeah.
Was I not 23 at the time? No. 24. 24. Yeah.
Okay, you're 24, and your date is
No,
like.
I was 20.
She's 23. Okay, you're fucking 23, and she calls up, my knee hits, and you're like, oh, okay, she's hot. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't think anything.
You didn't even
of
give a
it.
shit. Okay.
No, I'm the only person. I was like, listen, you should never do what I'm asking you to do, and only say yes if you're really comfortable. But I said, I do have a meniscal tear in my knees.
I had a total knee replacement. Go ahead.
So, I mean, and I was using a cane at the time, and it
Oh, God. Hot.
or a stick.
Hot. That is
Or
hot.
a stick. Cane sounds like I'm 90.
So
but I said, and I was like, really, I wanted you to come
So I
over.
came over to your flat. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you walk in the flat, and she comes to the door with her cane.
I don't think you were holding your cane.
No, I'm sure I wasn't.
No, I don't think you were.
sure.
And she's in pain, obviously,
Yeah.
like, shit. Okay. You open the door, and then what happens? Your eyes meet,
Yeah.
and you're like,
She was just everything I knew she would be incarnate in 3 dimensions. Just this
okay, because you
beautiful
had been
smile.
talking on
we'd been
Tinder.
Yeah, we talked on the phone all the time. No, we moved to WhatsApp.
To actually,
Yeah.
WhatsApp.
Yeah,
okay.
which it's
Fucking
used much
shit.
more in Europe.
They used to write letters, okay? We moved from Tinder to WhatsApp. Okay.
They used to send smoke signals.
And so you kind of know a little bit about how long had you been communicating on WhatsApp?
2 weeks, I think.
Sure.
3
Okay.
weeks at the most.
So
yeah.
she walks in.
And we hug.
Yeah, and we
Hug.
talked hello, and it was really
And
lovely.
Eileen made me very comfortable, like straight away, like because I'm quite shy. So yeah, but Eileen made me feel so comfortable, and she was just so gentle and kind. And she had fairy lights, and I love fairy lights. And pizza
Judy's
and
like-
prosecco, and I was like, ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right then.
Yeah, so
And you go in, and where do you sit? Like, do you have food?
on the
What's going-
sofa. Yeah, I had prosecco, and then we ordered pizza. So I had
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So
And how long do you stay that first date?
Oh, just a few hours,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Any
I
action?
went back home. No.
Well, we kissed. Yeah, like I think,
Tongue?
yeah.
Okay. Any boob action?
Yeah. But
Okay.
fully clothed. But I will say, and this is social
Yeah.
media, that we had a very erotic connection before we met, which is part of the reason I was like, my knee hurts.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No, Julie,
Okay.
You know I'm kidding. I hope
All right.
you know that.
Oh, God, it's too vomitosive. I hope you know that. Like, Elise and I are like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Okay. Okay, then how many more dates?
Well, you get what she's getting at, right?
No, I'm serious.
no.
Like, how many? So
No,
do you
okay,
see each other
okay.
the next day?
No, not the next day. I think the next weekend, if I
Yeah, I
remember.
think so.
Okay, and then what do you do that weekend?
Chess. No, I'm just kidding.
No. Do you come
came
to you?
over again, yeah.
Yeah.
And we like that Prosecco.
And pizza?
No, I think did we go out to dinner that night?
No, I think that was the third date.
Yeah. We did go to bed the second date, if I remember.
Yeah.
Did you eat before? You ate?
No, I think if I remember correctly.
Thank you.
Did you have a full belly?
Yeah. Okay, so
I think you keep saying that that's not what happened, but I remember
Go
it.
ahead.
I'm going to go with Julia's memory
I am
on
too.
this, okay? Okay, Eileen, sorry.
Remember that I
am
arrived
too.
and you were waiting for me in bed, I think.
No, it wasn't
I think-
the second.
I really think
I
so.
would never do that.
I think you would.
No.
Okay.
No,
That's how I remember it.
All right,
well,
let
it's
her
a beautiful
remember her
memory.
fantasy,
Yeah,
okay?
right. It was something we did
So you connected.
quite a
Yeah.
few times. Yeah.
But I knew that would happen because we kind of like spoke about it. And you like buzzed me in.
Okay, well, you-
and I came
yeah.
up the stairs and you were in bed. I think that's
well,
what
maybe
happened.
you're right. Actually, now that as you're describing it,
Yeah,
well, let's go
Eileen,
do
hello.
that. No, just
Okay, so you that second night, you're like, oh my God, this is great. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 61. Was I six? I was 60 then.
Oh, yeah,
Does
I've
do
had some
you? So you leave again?
Yeah,
Did
I don't think I
don't
stayed
think you stayed
over.
that night either.
Okay,
Yeah.
you leave, and then when do you come back?
Probably. Well, you worked. Julia was like working at a music studio. She was also nannying, and I think. You
Oh
had
yeah,
three,
I was
and
in YouTube. Yeah,
you're
I
a
was
full-time
doing.
YouTuber.
I was I was doing YouTube part time.
Well,
Okay.
but you're producing 3 videos, which.
Oh yeah, I was very busy.
Okay, so you're leaving to go to work, and she's at home with the memory. Okay, and then
And Twitter.
Yeah, and so then do you go out to dinner? Have you left the house?
Yeah, then we finally went out.
So you're like, oh, let's go in public.
Yeah.
And do people look at you like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, it's very interesting.
I'm very unaware.
Uh-huh.
I don't look at people,
Right.
so I'm not sure. I think they probably, because we were always very affectionate with each other and kissing, holding hands and stuff. So I think they were trying to figure stuff out, because probably at first they would have thought she was my mom, and then they saw us kissing and they were like, "What?"
They were like, "What?"
Yeah, because you look exactly alike. I can see the resemblance.
Well, I remember we went to it's really interesting to be the older one from this point of view. I remember being in the restaurant and at your ease with affection, it would almost, if I didn't know you better, I would almost think there was an exhibitionistic facet to your ease with affection. I mean, what's so interesting about younger people, and I think because you know younger people, you have 2 of them, they just have no fucks to give. I mean, they just really,
Oh my God.
they
And
just-
I love it.
yeah,
It's like,
fabulous.
it's,
you know?
I remember during Pride, I went out. We went out, Laura. Who else did we go out with? And Bet Sussman. Okay, we went out after we did the Isaac Mizrahi thing for dinner, and it was Pride week, and we're sitting there, and there's these 2 lesbos next to us, and they're just like looking at each and holding. And I was thinking, when I was there, I couldn't hold anyone's hand.
Yeah. Never
I
mind
couldn't.
have that
We had to.
connection.
It was just like, oh my God, how the world has changed. Okay, so and you're getting weird looks, but you don't even
not
fucking
weird.
care,
No,
Julia.
not weird looks. Like we were having sushi and we happened to be in the middle of the room.
You decided on fish. Okay.
Vegetarian sushi, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were having sake and having just a lovely time. But what was so liberating about it? That sounded weird. Liberating.
Yeah. Well,
so-
you know, your stroke age. Okay.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
What was so
Comic.
liberating about it was just your ease with your affection and everything. And you know, like I said, one could almost think you were just so yeah. I mean, and I don't, you know how I mean that, right? Okay. I mean, it's not like every minute you were like, oh, that was so good, you know, but you were just really casual and it was really beautiful and it taught me something. Sorry. It taught me something that was like, it is okay, you know?
Yeah, hello.
You know, I mean,
yeah.
and I'm not somebody to step away from a challenge, but it was sort of like you probably would experience too. It's like, oh, it's okay. You know, who gives
Yeah.
a fuck what they think?
Fuck them.
Yeah,
Like,
it's also
what the fuck-
normalizing, but it's also normalizing to people looking at it. You know, it says, well, okay.
I mean, you can say, "Oh my God, that's a weird couple," because
Yeah.
we don't see that often.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But you don't have to be an asshole
Yeah,
about
right.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have this YouTube channel, and you introduce Eileen on the YouTube channel,
yeah. And now she's always there, like every 2 videos. one
and
is
no
with
one gives
Eileen.
and do people percentage-wise of people against it versus people for it, as far as your feedback?
I think usually like 5% or 10% are against it.
That's it?
5%.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, now.
Yeah.
But when we first started filming videos together, we had a few videos that went viral. And when videos go viral, they, get sent to people that might be like extremely homophobic or they're not necessarily your audience. So so then when that happens, when we get a viral video with like 1 million views or something like that, then we get more hate. Then it's kind of like still like more people saying positive stuff, but more like 40%
I get it.
assholes.
I get it.
Yeah.
You've been together for how long?
A year and a half?
Roughly.
Yeah.
And you've been married 3 months of that.
Yeah.
And you proposed, Julia.
I proposed, yeah.
Were you in shock?
Oh, so shocked. I mean, not even the slightest clue that this was about to happen.
we knew we had spoken about marriage.
Yeah,
like
right, we had.
I didn't just like spring that on her.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I should say
But
that.
she didn't know I was gonna propose, and especially not the way I did.
The way you had it was really creative and beautiful.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did.
Which
You were
was
performing, right?
yeah. So I had a gig. There was like a gig in YouTube, like meetup. So we had a bunch of subscribers there, and I was performing some of my originals. And then during one of the songs, I said, "Eileen, can you come on stage, please?"
and I was like, why does she want me on stage?
I know. And she got on her knee.
Yeah, and I was like,
Well, you weren't getting on your knee.
not that one knee anyway.
Yeah.
That was
And
beautiful. Yeah.
did you lose any friends? Did people say shit to you at all in the past?
The only thing that I have ever heard any negative comment from has been social media.
Yeah, and my dad.
And your dad.
Oh,
And
fuck him. He
Yeah.
can't even take care of his kid.
yeah, exactly.
I'll beat the
But
shit.
no, everybody. That's why I think the culture is really more advanced than we think it is. It's just that we don't have a lot of examples to point to.
So no one in your lives besides your asshole father, no one has been like, I can't talk to you anymore.
no, not at all. No.
And they did film you meeting Ingrid for the first time,
Yes,
Julie's mother,
yes,
and she
right,
was
yeah.
so like, hi, oh my
Yeah,
God, I love
yeah,
her.
yeah,
and
yeah,
that was
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, because you're in London, it's different that if you were here in the United States doing the YouTube and all this stuff, that it would be, a whole different experience for you? I mean, I know on social media, but I'm just saying in life.
I mean, publicly.
Yeah.
What do you think, Doug?
Well, I don't think so, because we've been here for like a month and a half now,
Yeah.
and we didn't get any shit.
No, I mean,
yeah.
there are 50 states, and like
What?
47 of them are difficult.
Yeah.
Can be difficult, or at least certain ones can be. So
Yeah.
I don't know, but the English
But
are
so not you think the English are way more tolerant than
Well, I think they're less likely to be like, "Hey, you big dyke."
But
Right,
nobody said that to us
Oh,
here.
no one's ever said that.
but it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's also because it's been around a lot longer.
right. Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
But most of our viewers are from America.
Yeah.
Okay.
The largest. Yeah.
How do you deal with the haters?
Julia's really, really, really practiced in this. Ignore them.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I never answer anything because, I used to back when I started my channel, but I've learned that even if you post
Because they just
something-
want attention.
Yeah,
Yeah,
even if
yeah.
you post something that is not polemic or anything, if you post like a cooking video, there will be people saying, go kill yourself or...
Oh yeah, I know.
So-
You're
so
fucking
it's so true.
yeah.
Ignore it.
So you don't respond to do you block them? Like I used to just mute and now
Yeah.
I'm like bye.
Yeah. Well, that's what you have. Yeah.
Sometimes when I say something too offensive, I block them.
Yeah, I'm an ugly cunt this
and,
week.
And if I see Julia, some comment about Julia,
Yeah.
and I'm like, fuck
There's something
you, I'm
about
blocking
Julia.
you, you
Yeah.
know? But you know,
I know you probably get so like, fuck you, get the fuck. And Julie's like, you know what, whatever.
Yeah, well, no, I always say,
I'm
Julia, I'm going to
gorgeous.
answer this
Yeah.
one. She's like, don't bother.
I
And
know, it's just like, it's so a waste of your
It
life.
really is. But I want to say one thing about comments, and that is that we have been chided by a bunch of people, and it wasn't like hate fueled. It was just like, oh, I just don't get this. It makes me feel really uncomfortable. But then they'll come back and be like, listen, I have to say I'm sorry. A couple months ago.
Yeah, that's good.
You know, they'll be
Well,
like.
it's fine for Melania and fuckface.
Yeah,
you know?
right. Yeah, fuckface can, strip all the women he wants,
Yeah.
including women who
And
aren't
13-year-old girls. Yeah.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Horrible, that Jeffrey
is-
Epstein. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, really horrible. But, a lot of people have grown through it with us, if you get my point.
Yeah.
And they come back to us and say, it's just a beautiful thing, really. And
Yeah, love is love is love is love.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you had a fight?
Oh, yeah, we're the Bickersons.
Oh, good. I am too. Like, what do you fight about?
Oh, just
Temperature.
silly things. Oh, yeah, the temperature.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm
Well,
from
that's-
Brazil, so I hate aircon. And Eileen likes to make it very cold.
Aircon. I like that. Who doesn't love air conditioning?
Julia.
I don't.
Okay, first of all, when you're my fucking age, you get hotter.
Yeah, you do.
Let me tell you something. I like when it's like 50 something at night, I don't wear I'm like, I'm done. I'm so
Yeah.
fucking hot all the time.
Yeah,
You'll say.
Yeah, and also Julia and I'm more organized, and Julia is very creative, and she has
Right. That's
tons
me.
of clothes, and they often. That's really interesting. Even
Creative.
at Laura's, I noticed that, like, when you look in the bedroom, Julia's stuff is just everywhere.
Same.
And my suitcase is all packed nice and neat.
Oh, yeah, that's Elisa.
And then I noticed on Laura's kitchen table.
Laura's
yeah.
On Laura's kitchen table, there's like Julia starts growing stuff, like her computer's there, and then little things.
Oh, yeah, she makes homes. I do that too.
Yeah, it's really cute.
Wait, they're staying with you? What the fuck?
I'm sorry, was I not supposed to say?
No, I had no idea. I don't give a shit. Is it? How big is Laura's place?
It's big. Yeah,
Fuck
it's,
you, Laura.
It's lovely. It's a lovely, lovely flat. Her new flat.
I love how you say flat and you tell me, oh, I don't have an English accent. You're so
Sorry,
full of
there's-
shit.
No, but there's no, I don't. I really don't.
Oh, in her new flat.
No, but
In
like,
her fucking apartment.
is there a rubbish bin over there?
Yeah, right. Shut up,
Oh my
rubbish.
god, I said that to someone. I was saying, I think it was a cashier, and she had like a garbage can behind her, and I said, "Oh, could you please throw this in the rubbish bin behind you?" And she was like, "What?" And I was
In
like,
LA.
Oh God,
the
that's
garbage
even.
bin.
They don't even know what the word
What?
rubbish means.
But it's seriously though. It's. I don't have an accent. You have to adapt to the words that they use.
Yes,
there. Like,
yes.
Sometimes when you get into one of the black cabs, there, a lot of the times, even the way you accent certain words, they're just like what. So I learned to adapt
Which
to
is
that.
funny because everybody watches American TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the English also watch their own TV,
Yeah.
which is fabulous.
Yeah.
Okay, so future. Do you worry about the future?
Yeah, sure.
Do you, Julia?
Very much so.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, in
Only
terms-
because you're
Yeah,
saying in
sure.
terms of the
Yeah.
age difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I worry very much because obviously Eileen is much older than me, and we can't predict the future. I could be crossing the road today, and
Yeah.
could get run over
Right.
and die. But there's a bigger chance that I will live longer than Eileen, and that really, really breaks my heart.
Oh, yeah.
'cause
Of course.
she's
Oh God, I
the love
can't
of
with
my
the
life
fucking
and
affection.
Gay.
Oh,
Yeah.
But,
But
yeah,
you're gonna.
and-
You have to enjoy every fucking minute.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Because you just don't know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you really just don't
Like
know.
my best friend Bob died of ALS last year. It's just like you just don't
that's
thank
terrible.
you. But it's like it was 8 years of maybe more like 10. But it's like you don't know what the fuck is going to happen.
Yeah.
What do you have? What do you want to? Since you guys are going viral and have a virus. No, no. What do you hope to?
What do we hope to do in the time that we have together?
No, what do you hope to do with the
No,
career-wise,
yeah.
like with this kind of stuff? Like, what are
Yeah,
your goals?
that's a very good question.
Yeah,
Thank you.
So now we are both working on YouTube full time, and we just want to carry on like growing our channel and representing the LGBTQ community, and opening people's minds.
That's your message is to keep an open mind.
Exactly.
And love is love
yeah,
is love
and
is love.
respect everybody.
Yeah, and I will say one thing about our discussion of marriage. It was an ongoing discussion because it necessarily had to include what might be an unnatural, quote unquote, unnatural end or duration of our relationship, and
Right.
that is likely because statistically I'll die 1st. And also my
Knock on wood.
of the 5 family members, I'm alive. The other 4 aren't, and 3 of them didn't even make it to 60.
Wow.
So yeah, so I'm not particularly.
All right, let's not think negative, Eileen.
No, just kidding. No, but I just was going to say.
Yeah, no, you just think about that
yeah,
kind of
just had
shit,
to
and
think
it's-
about
right.
that. But that was part of our thought and process, and it was part of
Well, we've decided to really enjoy every moment, so we live everything very.
Well, it's a
intensely.
lesson to
And-
everyone, even the people who
'cause
disagree with you.
literally
It's
could
like,
die today.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
they're
yeah.
living their lives, and
Yeah.
it has no effect. Like that's what I don't get. Like if I have a wife and 2 kids, how does that affect your fucking life?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Okay. Now I'm wrapping it up. First of all, why do you have 3 camera things on your?
It's
phone?
a fidget spinner. No, I'm just kidding.
What? What new phone?
The iPhone 11.
And it has 3 camera things? Sure does. I got to get a new phone. Mine's cracked. Threw it in the airport because I was pissed off. Because I lost my backpack. Okay, so these are the 2 questions I ask all of my guests. Well, Eileen already answered, but I'm very pro mental health, whatever you have to do.
Yeah.
So do you take any antidepressants?
Yeah.
What are you on?
I'm on venlafaxine, which is known in the U.S. as Effexor.
Oh, I was on that.
Yeah, what'd you think?
It was too like I was so hyped out, but I lost weight on it.
You did?
Yeah. I guess it's good. It made my heart. I have a short, an electrical short that I should get.
SVT?
Yeah, I have SVT.
Yeah.
So it really fucked up my SVT.
Really?
Yeah.
Your electrical system. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually thinking about coming off it. And you?
Oh, it's the worst to come off of.
heard that.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
was it you were
saying,
saying that?
No, the worst.
saying
The
that.
worst. The
Wow.
worst. As slow as possible. Take 1 granule out. I'm not kidding.
Seriously. It was
Okay.
Ariel that said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not kidding.
Wow.
Really
Wow.
slow.
Thanks for telling
Even
me
if it
that.
takes a year. Fucking
Seriously.
slow. Yes.
Wow.
Next.
So
you.
I have anxiety,
Oh, yeah.
like most people.
Yeah.
Do you really? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Yeah. And so what do you do?
So I think it's called Zoloft.
Yeah. Oh, that made me throw up.
Sertraline. Yeah.
I've
It
been-
helps me. It doesn't get rid of the anxiety like completely, but it calms it down. a
Right.
bit.
I take, what do I take? I take Paxil, which they
Oh, you
should call
do?
Paxon, because I fucking gained 30 pounds. And then I take Wellbutrin with the Paxil
you
so I can have an
do?
orgasm.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
And then I take, is that it? And then I take, and they're both low dosage.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to get off the Paxil, but Paxil really works for me.
Does
And then I
great.
take Trazodone to sleep. But
You
I
do,
yeah, but I
Trazodone,
sometimes I don't take it.
Yeah.
And so it's a good one because it's all how it has antidepressant shit.
Yeah.
in it. And
Oh,
then I take a
fabulous.
bunch of vitamins.
Good.
Okay, what pisses you off? Like, what makes you so fucking mad? Like fucking, because it's called Kill Me Now because I get mad at
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Like, what fucking pisses you the fuck off?
Republicanism, GOP, and Donald fucking Trump, and every offspring he's ever, every
It's
woman,
just
every
like it's
offspring
like
that he's ever
it's
known.
fucking. It's a cult.
No, it's a cult. And let me ask you this, Judy. If there's time for me to do this, I want to ask you real quick.
Yes.
I hope you. Well, when you were younger, we
Yeah.
grew up in a time of promise. The '60s were a time of growth.
Well,
and
I'm more
promise
70s,
for all
Eileen.
the murders and
Yeah.
assassinations and everything. I feel like I have PTSD because
Oh.
suddenly, at 50s and 60s, the whole world has gone in a pendulum swing to kind of madness.
Okay, this is what I feel like. I feel like we worked so hard. And when Obama was standing there with his wife and kids, I was like, we did it. We did it. I mean, we still need a woman. But here's what I have to say. That like it's so fucking sad when you think of like the Bella Abzugs, the Gloria like Gloria said she really sees a lot of activism now. So but when you think of all the, the Malcolm X and the Martin Luther King and the,
just all of these.
Roe v. Wade. I mean, yeah.
Beyond.
Yeah.
That, and who the fuck are then fucking live in another country? If
Yeah.
that's, it's really sad. I'm glad my parents aren't alive to see this
Mine
fucking
too, yeah.
asshole. The fact that they don't even teach the Holocaust in, the majority, like 90% of this country.
Seriously?
Oh, they don't even
That's
teach
shocking.
it. Yeah, 95%. Yeah, there's only a few states that require it.
Is that? Oh my God.
Yes.
Which is leading to an
very
increase.
shocking.
Which is leading to an increase of pockets of culture that don't even believe it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
that's
So
the-
it's
How stupid can people be?
there's a
Yeah,
video
that's stupid,
online
yeah.
of a child of Holocaust survivors that went to Philly and went to UPenn, Temple, Penn State, and all these colleges around there, and asked they asked the students, simple questions. What was a
Yeah.
concentration camp? What was
Yeah.
who was Goebbels? All this stuff. They had no fucking what year was it? No idea. These are like Ivy League kids, and I showed it to my mother before she died. I never forget it. Her and her friend. And I thought she would be like outraged, and the look on their face. They were silent, like they were completely confused. Bless you.
Bless you.
I just think it's really sad. I think it's fucking sad, and we have to fight and fucking fight and get out of your fucking apartment or your house or your get off your computer and get on the fucking streets like we did and fight.
Yeah.
That's what I believe.
For sure.
And it's got to be, like my friend was like, "Are you going to the climate march?" And I was like, "I can't." But come on, 20-year-olds. I mean, thank God for these teenagers with the gun. Come on, 20, 30s, get 40, get the fuck out there.
Yeah.
I have knee issues. Okay, what pisses you off, Julia?
Oh gosh, I don't even know what to say after all this. I was thinking of something more lighthearted.
Oh, well, go ahead.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
So, there's this thing that has been happening to me a lot since coming to America, and that's that every time I go to the bathroom
Yeah.
and I sit down, especially like public bathrooms. Oh, well, I don't really sit down. I like kind of like squat.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
Disgusting.
You hover.
The bloody the toilet flushes before I'm done.
Oh, I know.
And
And then you
splashes my
gotta go
butt.
put your hand on the thing.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
You gotta sit.
And then it's annoying because it splashes my butt, and then after
And then
I'm
you
done
gotta go-
peeing, it doesn't flush, and I'm like, shit.
I know you gotta.
You got to do like.
Yeah, then
It's
you're-
confused
like,
because you're so
moving your
young and
hands.
hot. So it's like, wait, I think I have to flush now, but I can't because you're so skinny
Your
and I
bottom
can't
is
see
so
it.
lovely.
Yeah, you got to press the. I know. I hate all this automatic shit.
And then you waste double the water.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
But at least they have the hand dryer thing there. You're wasting the water, and they have.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much bullshit, like such hypocrisy. All right, I'm starving.
Yeah.
You know what I had for breakfast? I had that egg white with turkey bacon thing from Starcox. It's like 230 calories.
Wow.
We had bagels.
Fuck you. with cream cheese?
Yeah.
And what else?
And
Snapple.
yeah.
Bagel and cream cheese.
Yeah.
What?
Just bagel.
Just bagel and cream
Yeah.
cheese. I went to Barney Greengrass the other day,
Oh,
and I
nice.
had fucking herring and cream sauce,
Oh.
Nova, bagel, cream cheese,
Wow.
tomato, red onion.
Wow.
All right.
I'm very hungry now.
All right. So where can people find you?
So on YouTube, you can find us. My channel is Julia Zelg. Zelg is spelled
ZELG.
Yeah.
This is gentleman.
and Eileen's channel is Eileen De Freest. So DE space FREEST. That was a lot for me. That's not my
Yeah.
first language.
But you did beautiful, darling.
And social and are you on Twitter or Insta?
Yeah, Eileen is on Twitter, and
Yeah, that's for
we are
old
both
people.
on Instagram. I mean, I'm on Twitter, but I don't really use it.
But we're on
It
Instagram
makes me
Okay.
too
every
angry.
day. You're particularly on Instagram.
Yeah, in Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, this has been lovely. Thanks for
Thanks for
having us.
thanks for coming. I had
Yeah.
fun. And
Thanks for having us.
you're welcome. And as we always say, so long!
So long.
And everything was wonderful. I'll see you soon. Thank you for the visit. So long.